Hi everyone, this is Demara and I'm going to be reading to you today the Truth Testament number 7. So as previously, I will just say to you that it can be better to hear these messages that come from, channeled actually from higher beings, if you close your eyes and just listen to the sound of my voice. It has nothing to do with my voice per se, but what it's about is that you're not concentrating on the words. You're just hearing them if you listen to the sound. Have a go at this and see how you feel about receiving these messages in this way. Because there's something in all of us. There is the memory, the connection, the knowledge that we knew that these changes, these earth changes and the changes to ourselves would be occurring during this lifetime. So this may enable you to recall that better. Okay, so Truth Testament number 7. The information today is so much more than the earth changes themselves. It is the pivotal information which will turn around much of the damage that may occur. First, we will turn your eyes back onto the damage that can occur in the up and coming months. It is not possible to stop the shaking and the movement between the plates of the earth, and also we are not able to prevent volcanic explosions, but we are able to prevent damage to human life. The way that this is preventable is that none of you are in the vicinity of those explosions, and none of you are in the vicinity of strong earth plate movement. So we will first begin to give you statements of intent which will direct you away from these areas. Most importantly, there are areas which will become totally no-go areas after the earth movements cease. So these are the first areas which you will be required to vacate, and quickly to do so. The first area is that of Guatemala. This is not going to be safe for anyone after the volcanic destruction which will occur. There are far too many volcanoes which will explode for anyone to be safe there for the foreseeable future. Do not attempt to protect this country. It is not possible. There will be swift movement out of this country as soon as the sirens are heard. The natives of Guatemala know that if one goes into a series of explosive releases, then it is possible that many more will follow. They will begin to leave in droves, and many will reach safe destinations. The destinations that they will strive to reach will begin to open their doors when they realize just how much damage has occurred. It's not going to be difficult for them to exit, but we will be attempting to warn many more before the first explosions occur. It is very much going to be that those who do not listen will not succeed in entering into another destination quick enough. We have many of our peoples helping us to ease into this mass exodus. It will be done quietly and closely connecting to anyone who has the capability of hearing our messages. There will be many helping during this exodus, but mostly the South American countries, as they are closer to hand, but also much more open to assist in these disasters without much formality needed. These happenings are not new or a change of plan. This has always been the time when these changes would need to occur. As per this information, you will also know that when your own souls agree to this incarnation, that you too, inside of you, are coded to know this information. It will not be hard for you to align with this information when you are truly connected again to your soul essence. Your soul essence knew before it incarnated that it would be playing a part in this enormous change in the structure and compact nature of the earth plane. As we speak, if you all begin to calm your lower minds and align with the higher part of your essence, you will accept this information and realign with the fact that you knew this was coming. What has happened over the millennia is that all souls have somewhat become aligned more with the earth plane than with their genuine essences. So what occurs is that you think that this plane is the real reality, whereas the real reality is that you are infinite pieces of energy which are allowed to incarnate and consider the earth plane as your homes for a period of what you call time. This time is now releasing its hold on you, and over the next few months, you will be able to go beyond time again. In the beginning, this will occur as periods of no time, but as these changes occur, it will be your saving grace to be able to go beyond time, as time is no man's friend. It is almost like going beyond a point of your own recognition of reality. But the truth, as always, is so different. You are in fact capable of living beyond time forever. We will not seek to have long conversations about what real reality is, because there is no time for that now. This is betwixt and beyond anything that you can comprehend until the time of grace, and no time is upon you. Our choice now is to allow as many people as we can to experience what it is to be again beyond time. And this depends on your attachment to your earth plane as to whether you can allow yourselves to go beyond time. So this is the now moment, and the choice is truly upon you. What will you choose for yourself, your real self? Will you turn your eyes once more to your sun and ask for another tomorrow of the storms and pains you experience here on your earth plane? Or will you choose to allow yourself to rise above it all and leave all of your attachments behind? It is possible to do so, and it is easier than you believe it to be. Your beliefs have always been what has held you in the tight bondage to the earth plane. These beliefs which have been built up over all the earth's years, and as you know, many do not have the same beliefs as you do. In fact, there are so many different belief systems that one wonders whether any of them have any authenticity or hold up when inspected. Beliefs are only something you take on in your lower minds. As soon as you are stretching out your real attention to intuition and realization, you do not have beliefs holding you back. It is also so connected to whether you reside in this now moment or whether you reside inside your heads and inside the accumulated thoughts of your belief systems. We have expanded your minds enough today, but we will be able to keep giving you mind-expanding information until the doors close once more on the connections between your current Earth system and the new Earth that is emerging betwixt and between the two realms of what you may relate to as heaven and earth. This will be a much higher plane of influence and a bio-connection between the two realms, but only for a time. At another one of the great influencing changes, you will see this connection closing also. Thank you for listening. I would just like to refer back to them saying that we all have that knowledge of this time inside of us, because I hadn't reread this message. In fact, I haven't reread this message and since it was given in 2022. So it's really interesting, isn't it, that we're prompted, you know, like if we keep our minds clear and our connection to the divine, our connection to the higher realms, whatever you want to call that, our connection to God, if we keep that open, then we know what to say and when to say it, because I really didn't rehearse that. And yet it's in this message, and it hasn't been in all the messages that I've read. So just remember that you are so much more than you operate under within what you would call maybe your normal life. I mean, I no longer think of anything as normal. And as the months go by, this becomes more and more extensive for me, that there is nothing normal, because the energies can change anything in a moment. And my memory of who I am can change how I operate in any moment, and can change what I draw to me, what comes up at me, the karma that gets played on and played with and is completed around everything that happens on the earth. So when we see bad things happen, there is an energetic force that comes in to balance that. And we can see that in the world right now. I think karma is truly being played out in the wars that are happening right now, the real violence that's going on between nations. And if you think backwards and around and beyond these two escapades that are going on between egotistical, mostly men, actually. I mean, there are some women in action, quite a few, I imagine, these days. But formulated from men's angst against other men and against other countries. And this is always how it has been, without the divine feminine being active there. And you will see that there is true karma being played out. Not absolutely from the precise things that happened recently in any of these countries. It's happening because of the karma that's been accrued over the years, and sometimes hundreds of years, and that everything does in the end balance out. We just have to see for ourselves what balances out of this horrendous mess that is going on through total crisis around the world. But also to keep our minds on the positive, to keep our minds there's nothing we can do personally except to bring in the vibration of peace. That's the only thing we can do, to keep our own lives as much as we can in peace, to walk away from conflict when it isn't important to your life and your life's mission. Because the more that people have that resonance of peace, the more that all of these wars will slow down and nothing will happen. It will fade out. Because the whole earth is run on a frequency. And I think this is so important to know. And when we receive these messages, these are coming through from a frequency to pre-warn us of what is ahead. And now it is up to us to either prepare for that or call it a load of rubbish and say, well, who are these higher beings? But if you actually receive these messages in a neutral way, because that's all it needs to be. You don't have to believe, you just have to feel the resonance of the words that were put together before I received them. I have nothing to do with how these messages sound. They are given to me word by word. And allow that frequency to come into your body and allow your blueprint, or start to ask for your blueprint to be shown to you, or for you to be able to resonate again and join again with the contract that you would have signed in your essence before you came down here to be present at this time. Because we really all do need to take back our missions. And with our missions, we become a link in the chain that puts the right vibration all around our planet and within our planet. And at the moment, we have millions of links missing in the chain of those who are looking forward to the cleansing, preparing for the cleansing, more cleansing, working on their intuition so that they know they will be free from these things that are going to happen, because they won't be in those countries when it happened, just as the higher beings are saying in this piece. And all of this is down to us. This is not something being laid upon us. This is no catastrophe. This is the cleansing of the frequency and the energy of the earth, including that the beings who are partaking of this existence on this earth have to raise their own frequency to survive it. Not only in the fact that you need to raise your energy to be able to have a higher intuition, but that even when the frequency raising of the energies on the planet is over, you will need a higher frequency to be able to survive within that higher frequency. Anyway, I've said enough. Please subscribe, and thank you very much to those who have subscribed. And please help us to get this information around the world by either sharing, liking, subscribing, and have a good day.